Italian deathcore band Defamed is back with another EP, and with a much more refined and mature sound since their first EP. And this certainly shows the progress the band has made with their new sound. As usual, the music is in the description below. Defamed started when 3 of the members from blackened deathcore outfit Drown in Sulphur were forced out by their drummer, who took over their social media, and thus formed Defamed. The band employs a nice blend of blackened deathcore with touches of progressive deathcore and djent as well. At the beginning, I thought the band was trying too hard, but with Black Blood, they certainly matured their sound with symphonic black metal elements alongside their deathcore sound, but still holding on to their signature djent identity. This combination helped create their unique sound, and I think it suits them perfectly. Considering all the founding members were all in a black metal band, they definitely benefit from a more blackened death metal sound. Compared to their last EP, Aeon, which was djent with deathcore overtones, Black Blood shows a lot more refinement of their sound. The new addition of symphonic black metal added to their sound fleshes it out in ways I don't think the band even realized. The orchestral elements create a very immersive soundscape, combined with the instrumentation, helps see that through entirely. No elements feel overtaken by the other, and both symphonic and deathcore elements all harmonize extremely well and support each other perfectly. It shows how far the band has come as musicians, because each song felt very well constructed. Everything had its place, and it all worked out well together. Nothing felt chaotic or out of line, as it felt with Aeon. I can tell the band put a lot of work into this, and the end result shows that. The band employs a dual vocalist element, with lead vocalist Mattia Maffioli handling the low guttural growls, while guitarist Simone Verde, I'm sorry if I butchered your names, handles high screams that blend and support the growls. It's a dynamic I love hearing because it makes the dual screams sound more organic when you know 2 people are both doing them and not just one person doing 2 vocal lines layered on top of each other. I don't have many bad things to say about the EP. The band has definitely matured their sound by structuring their songs. I can't think of anything that stuck out that was a glaring issue. Whatever issues the band had previously, they learned from them and corrected them. The only thing I really didn't like was the synth beat drop halfway through Crystal Prison, which felt very out of place and kind of unnecessary. Other than that, I have nothing bad to say about the EP. The lyrics had a lot of Dark Souls references. As it turns out, the band did draw a lot of inspiration from Dark Souls with this EP, and as a die-hard Souls fan, I saw the connection. The dead giveaway for me was the Dancer track, because there is a boss in Dark Souls 3 called the Dancer of the Boreal Valley. The lyrics are about as accurate as they can get with the story of the Dancer, because much of Dark Souls' story is intentionally vague, but the band does a good job at taking what information does exist and crafting a narrative behind it. Divinity seems to have a connection to Dark Souls as well. It tells the story of the undead curse upon the world, and how the undead can never die, and they never know the peace of death. The Servant appears to be a reference to a story arc in the 2 Dark Souls 3 DLCs. The arc in question is Slave Knight Gale and an ashen-haired girl. Slave Knight Gale went on a journey to find the blood of the Dark Soul for the ashen-haired girl so she could paint a new world for people to live in. Gale eventually found it, and the player character has no choice but to slay Gale. But that is what I think The Servant is about. As for Crystal Prison, this was a hard one to interpret. I don't think I have an airtight interpretation for this song, since I can't seem to find much of what it references in any of the games. The only thing that comes to mind is the Duke's Grand Archives from Dark Souls 1, and that's about it. The newest tracks, Black Blood and The Swarm, don't seem to have any connection to Dark Souls from what I can see, but the lyrics for these 2 tracks seem to have a self-contained narrative all their own. I'm not super well versed in Dark Souls lore to find a connection, but if anyone has an interpretation, I'd love to hear it. Defamed was a band I didn't really like at first. I kind of wrote them off as just another deathcore band. However, with Black Blood, the band definitely earned their stripes and proved that they are a serious deathcore band. The guys did an excellent job with it, and it shows just how far their sound has evolved, but still keeping what makes their identity as a deathcore band. Well done. What are your thoughts on Black Blood by Defamed? Put those down in the comments. I'd love to hear it. So that's the Black Blood review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I plan to send this to the band. So if you guys are watching, hi. So a couple new tracks came out. Shadow of Intense new track came out, and Mental Cruelty has another track coming out later this month. So I'm probably gonna hit the Mental Cruelty one first because I just love Mental Cruelty. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.